All right, welcome back to another episode of the Dirty Trucker. We are getting ready to shoot a new video. I've had several requests about the Conestoga trailer and how the whole thing works, how the whole system works. So this is my 2007 Mac 48-foot flatbed with my quick draw Conestoga kit, and we're going to show the whole complete process of breaking it down, putting it back together, just as if we were going to load it or unload it, either one. So let me back this thing out, and we're going to get it out here and get with it and show you guys how this whole thing really works. All right, first things first, we got to undo the back here. We'll start by undoing these tarp straps here. This is a big long Velcro strip right there. I just kind of hook them right there, right here, just like that. And then we got this tab right here that I've got it tightened up real tight because this tab was actually flipping up when I first bought the trailer, and this thing would just be loose back here like that. So let's go to the other side. Other side works just the same. All right, flip this tab up right here. Now everything's freed up. Now we got to go and get our crank handle. All right, so this is not the original setup on here, but obviously somebody has customized it. So we just kind of have to embrace it, and we slide our crank handle out of here. So, like everything else here, or not everything, but a lot of this stuff has been modified. This has a chrome swivel off a 1/2-inch drive ratchet that's been welded on there, and I guess it works okay. I would have, if it was me, I would have used the knuckle kind instead of the knuckle busting kind. So what this thing does is go and slides right up in there like that. So this is what they give you from the factory to work these right here. And what you do essentially crank this thing just like this. What this is an A-frame right here, and it catches right up there in the corner. It's got a little hook, and it catches. But basically, it's got a worm gear down here that basically grabs right there, and then once you do that, it lengthens it out and stretches it out. But watch how it works. You know what? They give you these things at the factory to use this, but alright. So if you look, you'll see right here. See how that thing's got that U in it? It hooks right in the back of that thing. So I rarely ever take these down when I load, unless I'm loading something that is that comes back that far and you have to take them down. So I usually just leave them right where they're at. They're not exactly light either. Other side kind of works the same way. Voila. There we go. All right, so we got the back of it fastened now. Let me show you how it's supposed to roll. I don't know. Sometimes this thing don't want to roll good. When it's cold, it don't want to roll good at all. And if the wind's blowing the right direction, like if the wind's blowing into the trailer, it really don't want to do good at all then either. So let's roll it forward and see what happens. All right, so let's get this big kit going here. So, as you can see, our kit collapses down to 8 feet. So, and you might say, well, how in the world do you load the front of it? Well, that's easy, and I'll be glad to show you. But the idea is to try not to load anything where you got to break it loose from the front. But we'll go ahead and break it loose from the front now, and I'll show you guys how it all works here. Okay, so basically how this works is, and I'll show you the whole thing here in just a second, but this is like a turnbuckle that's got a shaft that runs all the way up to the top of the trailer. And what it does is, let me just pop this loose. All right, we're gonna pop it loose right here and spin this right here. All right, so look right here, we will slide the curtain back just a little bit, and there's a rod that comes through here, and it hooks up in these right here. Got a hook here, 2 hooks here at the bottom, and 2 hooks at the top, just like this. So we'll slide this out and get her out of the way there, and then go to the other side. Same thing on this side right here. Just all right, so we'll slide the old curtain back. There's a rod that goes in there, and those 2 locks will come back, and then we can just slide her back how we want to. All right, I'm gonna try and show you guys how this thing works on the inside, but basically I meant to show you this. It's got some quick release things. These rods right here, you can just kick them open from the inside, and you don't have to do like I did with the binding bar, but there's straps up here that go in the top and bottom of this rod, and they basically hook to the front of this thing. And then here's your another gear right here, and I'm guessing that just helps the torque all the way up. Instead of just being bound at the bottom, you've actually got a place where it won't bend the rod as you're trying to torque it up. So basically these go in here just like this and snap in, and then you tighten it up, and then the curtain rolls back into the inside like that. So back to the outside here, we're going to slide. I'm going to show you how this thing slides back and forth. Okay, so this is how this works. So like if I'm getting a load of lumber, or I'm getting something that's going to take the whole length of the trailer, usually they'll start loading at the front because they don't want to run out of room on the back. So or they know how long it is. And I mean, you know, you're going to have to use most of the trailer. A lot of this lumber that I haul, a lot of it will be 42 foot, 44 foot. It's basically impossible to load a 48 foot load of lumber on this 48 foot trailer anymore. One of the things you give up, but one of the things I don't care about. So say we're going to load lumber. We'll use lumber as an example. All right, they want to load the front, and here's what we'll do. Once it gets past that arch, it's all downhill from there. So usually what happens now is they'll load the front of it, and once they get the front of it loaded back up, I usually, if they'll let me, I'll go ahead and strap whatever bundles will be in the first 8 feet, so I can slide that whole curtain back, the whole collapsed curtain back, to where it's collapsed down to 8 feet. I can tie my load down, and I won't have to mess with it no more. And I can also tie the front of the curtain down. So let's get back to that. Okay, so now it's set up to where they can just load the rest of the trailer how they want to. So let's go ahead and get started putting everything back together. All right, so I know it's kind of hard to tell, but we're kind of on an incline right here. And you double that with the arch of the trailer, and you get in these situations like I did. If I'm on flat ground, I can just roll the whole collapsed 8-foot curtain however I want to. And if this thing was brand new, I probably still could, but there's a special grease fitting that you use to grease these rollers, and I don't have one. I've been meaning to get one and hadn't, but I think like this thing would probably work a lot better if I had one of those grease fittings, got the rollers greased up a little bit better. So, but I am going to get one of those. Quick Draw guy here in Arkansas was supposed to got me one when I was over there the other day, and we got to chit-chatting and forgot all about it. So in those situations like that, I have to move the front of the curtain to the front and then bring the back up. So kind of inconvenient, but it's better than rolling up a tarp somewhere. So all right, let's put the front of it back together and finish this thing up. All right, I've never had anybody show me the right way to do this, but I'm guessing this is the right way. Slide this rod back in here, and then it droops down this bottom hook right here. It's supposed to have a stopper in there where it's like that, and then the straps right here roll up into that winch. Perfect. But I have to hold mine right here. So I'll just take this and keep winding it up. Oh, there it goes. I felt it pull. Alrighty. Yeah, we got her in there now. I always like to go one extra round on these because I can always tell if my curtain's loose. This little flap right here, this flap is made to, I guess, to help pull the tarp when you're pulling on it, but it will fly out. Like if I just crank it down to this point right here, when I tighten the back up, it will actually pull this back a little bit, and this thing, it'll give this enough room to slide out. And then there will be a gap up in here too. So I don't want anything like that. So I just go a little extra tighter. It's a pain to do, and like sometimes downright scary. Whew. That's more like, no, I ain't gonna say that's work. Tarping's work. All right, back to the other side. We're gonna do the same thing over here. Got her in there, hold it. Run a winch up to where it's kind of snug, where that rod won't slide down in it. All right, so next all we got to do is just slide the curtain back and cinch the back of it up. I'm gonna go on and tell you, that beats tarping any day of the week. I mean, I have self-diagnosed myself with this condition called hyperhidrosis, which you sweat profusely and can't stop. And like I'm just sweating doing this. So, and it's, I don't know, probably 82 degrees today. So you can imagine when it's 110 and I'm out tarping a load. So to me, I just, man, with what I do, I think this is what I should have done a long time ago. Let's get the back tightened up, because everybody likes the back end tightened up, I know. All right, so this is kind of how this A-frame deal works. You see, it hooks in that little, whatever that thing is right there. It comes out here when you tighten this, or when you loosen it, yeah, when you loosen it here. Okay, it loosens, this little thing comes out right here. And then you go back in with it. Essentially that worm gear, as the worm gear tightens, it's pulling this thing in. It's essentially pulling that back, pulling the curtain. Okay, so right here, that's what the quick draw guy says. You got to have a tooth finger thing right there. What he told me the other day. So that's what I've been going by. So. All right, we got the back end tight now. Everybody, okay, so you heard me talk about what the quick draw guy was talking about with the two-finger rule to figure out how you need the back of your tarp, or where your back of your tarp's supposed to be. So you got this little pin right here, and all it does is keep the tarp from rolling completely out when, like a while ago when I had it sliding on its own. So that's just a stopper. So, but you use that right there, and I might have it a little too tight, but it'll be all right. Tighter the better. So you two finger right there, you know you're good when you can get them two fingers in there, and it's all good. So all right, there's the two finger rule. It's tight enough when you get 2 fingers in there. So good deal. Now that's oh, we got the flap. Oh yeah, let's get the flap off. Okay, so a lot of people leave their rod up in there. I don't like leaving my rod in there, and it's hard to put it back in there once you pull it out, because when you get it up there at the top, it's all, after you pull it out, oh dang, can you get it out? Dang. Okay, so like it's got this swivel on it right there, so when you pull it out and you get ready to stick it back in, it's all floppy, and it really don't want to go back in very easy because it's all floppy as you pull it out. So what I do is just take that right there, and that's the quick and easiest way to get that thing back down off the top. And then I go put my rod back up in its holster. So if you look real close right here, all the way up the side of this is Velcro on this and this. So what I like to do is just get it in there like that. And then here's that back bar for the bottom of the flap. And all right, so knock that down a little bit. It's good and tight. We're good. Okay, so get our Velcro right. Sometimes when the wind's blowing in this thing, it's hard to get the Velcro just right, but that's pretty close right there. And then this strip right here has all Velcro on it. So back over just like that. And that. Right there. And right there. Awesome. Go the other side, do the same thing. I don't know if you guys ever get the feeling somebody's watching you or not, but like, there's somebody down there at the end of the driveway at the highway, just sitting there. All right, so we got that. The Velcro is cinched together right there. And get my grab handle. We're in there. In there. All right. All right, so now we can go put the rest of our stuff up. Now the neighbor across the street, he's going out there to inspect what's going on. Now the other people are gonna leave, so whatever. All right, so that concludes my epic video on how Conestoga, curtain side, however you want to say it, how it works. So I hope I educated you guys a little bit on how it works and kind of how the whole curtain loading it and everything works. I don't know. Some guys say it ain't for them. I had somebody say that they watched one get blown off a trailer one time, and I mean I don't doubt anything anybody says, but I do doubt everything people say. So, but nonetheless, I mean, I can see where, you know, it wasn't functioning right or something like that, and it may have got blown off a trailer. But I've been in some pretty crazy winds with that thing, and it's held up pretty true. So the only thing that I don't have for it that I need to get is cross straps in the back. I didn't show you the hooks for it, but it's got hooks up at the very top corners, and it's meant to have like a tie down strap, like a 1-inch tie down strap, ratchet strap for, like, you know, 4-wheeler or whatever, to cross in the back and to help the back, because sometimes in the wind and everything you can see that back kind of shaking a little bit, and it actually broke a bow over the top. And I went in there with I found a piece of pipe that would slide in there, and so I cut it about that long and slid it in, then worked it up in there, and then put it back together, top riveted everything back together. So it's held up good so far. Oh, those bows they're not bad expensive, but they're still a cost. So I just went ahead and fixed it like that. So but I think that's why it was doing that, because there's a lot of wind, and either that or a forklift hit it, one of the two, and I'm not sure which one. So you got any questions, or if I didn't do something right, let me know. I mean, like, I don't want to be looking like some kind of moron, but I mean, it is fairly simple. But hey, I can screw anything up. I have proved that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, hey, leave me a comment on it. Let me know what you think about the trailer. I know it's not the fanciest in the world, but it cost a heck of a lot less than some of them fancy ones, I promise you that. So all right, we're gonna end this episode of the Dirty Trucker and see about going and getting the truck in the shop. We're gonna do a little bit of work today, and hey, I don't know who the hell's blowing the horn now, but yeah, I'm gonna get this thing back out before somebody sees that I got my truck out of the shop and stops and talks. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, leave me a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time on the Dirty Trucker.